all of them, I think, pushed to a game 3. All of these games, we've only seen one game that hasn't had a Grace in it, if I'm not mistaken, or 2 games, I think. So she's, even though Silverboom, like you said, are a team that, you know, likes to go for some crazy non-meta heroes, they first pick something that might, you know, that is meta, that actually solidifies, I would say, good amount of burst healing plus initiation in team fights. So Silverboom playing, I guess, playing really safe in their first pick.
Definitely going for the very safe, reliable first pick of that Lyra. And of course, they do ban out that Fox, so we might be seeing that weapon Dajo, because I mean, all 3 rather meta carries are currently banned out in terms of the Idris, that Baron, and of course that Fox. We do see the Ringo, the 4th most reliable carry, at least in the current meta, especially when you're going up against that of Gwen or even Baron in that early game. And in that late game, you have just got so much sustained burst, so incredibly hard to stop and avoid the damage coming out from you. So I'm not surprised if Silverboom would just settle on their weapon Dajo that has been their go-to, or they will put a mage up in lane and of course settle for that weapon jungler, like that of say Grumjaw. If not, then at least that Cruel, but they've not seemed to play, you know, they haven't been playing a lot of that Cruel or even that Grumjaw for that matter. ASN Esports, looking at the team comp at this point in time, they are leaning towards really that of the early game with that Ringo being picked up. I'm not surprised if they are going to round the comp up with that, say, Koshka just so to jump in, and since Batiste is no longer a threat, they can just pull off anything they want.
So it looks like they're going to go for a Celeste and Glaive. I thought we were actually going to go for maybe a Catherine here just for that Blast Tremor. So, you know, there's no possibility of the Grace using the intervention. So if ever there's a chance to save the Ringo, there's not. But maybe the Glaive just for that pick-off. So this could be a jungle Glaive, Weapon Power Glaive.
Yep, I'm not surprised if this goes for, they go for the lane glaive, the weapon power lane glaive, because Celeste generally you want to put her in the jungle, for that levels. And we do see, like I said, ASN will be rounding up their team comp with that Koshka, and I'm not surprised at all. Chingy has shown incredible performance on that Koshka. His ability to snowball on this hero is just immense, and I'm quite surprised though the side of Silverboom not banning out the Koshka at all, instead just opting for that Idris and of course Fox ban.
So what do you think is this Koshka? I mean, I've known, you said already a while ago that Chingy is a very strong Koshka. She also plays a Grumjaw. So I'm looking forward to see Chingy try to handle the Celeste. Celeste, I think in the early game, even actually Celeste and the Glaive, which either or goes to the jungle, is going to be pretty hard fought against Chingy because, you know, this is a Koshka. She can just keep stealing the jungle camps and then just disrupting, I guess, the levels and the farm of anyone who's going to be playing there by Silverboom.
Yep, and on top of being able to steal as well, Koshka in the early game is just so very strong with her empowered attacks, auto attacks after her twirly death. So that is one thing that we have to take note of. And Chingy has shown quite a performance, like I said earlier on this Koshka. If it is that Glaive that's in the jungle, then Chingy might have a little harder time going into the game. Whereas if it is that Celeste in the jungle, then Chingy will just have a swell of a time just going in, pulling that Celeste out of a jungle, because firstly, Celeste really needs to hit those heliogenesis, and how incredibly Celeste, a fragile Celeste is in the early game is just so good for Chingy on that Koshka. So they might pick this up. They might want to swap this around, put that, you know, Glaive in that jungle. So at least Glaive has got a method of escape in terms of that afterburn, whereas Celeste, you are just really that sitting dark when you cast your heliogenesis, and being the mobile hero that Koshka is, you can really just dodge out all of that and just jump straight into Celeste, taking that Celeste out, and afterwards just take the jungle, and then you have the level advantage. So it is just down to how, honestly, it is just down to how Koshka, or rather Chingy on this Koshka, and how calculated his aggression will be and how Silver Boom can adapt and whether or not Silver Boom can adapt well. Whereas the Glaive going up that against that Ringo might have a little hard time if he overstep on his boundaries in the lane. Getting an afterburn in front or within turret range will prove to be hurtful for that Ringo. But then, of course, Graves will more often than not, seeing how lane heavy the meta has become. I'm not surprised if Graves would just be babysitting that Ringo in that lane. So I guess there is not much to talk about, but it's just down to execution. But just based on team comp alone, I'm leaning towards the side of ASN to clinch game 1 in this match.
Because I feel like it's going to be very awkward for Silver Boom to transition from early game to mid game, just because it's a Lyra. Even though you do have that, of course, Imperial Sigil, it feels like it's not that defensive of a tool if Chingy as well as the Grace go in aggressive and force out the jungler. So I don't know who they will put into the lane or the jungle. So we'll just have to see if Silver Boom decides to, like, there's 2 opportunities there. Is it gonna be Celeste in the jungle with Lyra trying to maneuver away for Chingy, and then will it just be the Glaive in the jungle, maybe to just go for the early ganks or stay in the lane and then just get helped by the Lyra and start whamming on this Ringo? Either or, it's gonna be Silver Boom hard fought in this early game for me. So I'm with your guess, I'm gonna go also with ASN.
Yep, we do see that Celeste will be going up into lane, taking up that the first medic per se. Ooh, Tezza Boy going into Rust and Shuriken, and so bad, very bad.
That was pretty early. Tezza Boy is gonna actually steal, I believe, the camp there, but will he trade it with his life? I guess no. Look at how fast he is, just zipping, zapping away, and so bad, very bad. Actually missing a couple of CS on that one and giving Ringo a little bit of the advantage. So good, I guess good start coming in from ASN.
Yep, good start indeed. We do see Chingy going in for the early game aggression.
Oh, and aggression indeed is what we are seeing. Rasen Shuriken should be first blood here because Aeon will embrace him with a little bit of the shots, and Pain Sandy, even though you do have that Imperial Sigil, you still have to respect ASN, although he will live to fight for another day, and ASN will start to go rampaging down onto this Trent.
Yep, they are going to, and we did see though, they are swapping the roles up. They are putting so bad, very bad on that Celeste into that lane, just so she can get extra farms, just so she can avoid Chingy on that Koshka at all costs. That is one thing that we must note as well. It's very good play coming up from the side of Silver Boom, just trying to change out the rotations or just not sticking to the meta just because they need to adapt for the hero that's coming out from the side of ASN. And just looking at CS alone, we do see that Aeon222 is doing decent on the CS, although he will have quite an easier laning phase as compared to that Celeste, because Celeste is so mana hungry, or rather energy hungry. Oh, they are going in for another fight.
A fight breaks out once again. Rasen Shuriken, like you said, has the afterburner to get away, pushes back his opponent, saying, "You shall not get me." But ASN is on the driver's seat. Silver Boom is hard fought to try and get anything in their jungle. Tezza Boy is making sure of that one. And like you said, Luxuria, your predictions were perfect. ASN are starting to, I guess, drive away with this early game. And Pain Sandy, even with so bad, very bad, still taking quite a bit of damage from Aeon222 and Rasen Shuriken. I mean, he doesn't get anything off from his jungle, pays with his life. Oh, so bad, very bad. Oh, he got leapt upon by the cat. Me, ouch! Goes by Chingy.
Cat me ouch, indeed. And that was just incredible rotations coming up from ASN. And, we cannot expect anything less from one of the teams that are part of the top 5 in the VG8. At least, or rather the top 4 in the VG8, and we need to see the amount of pressure Chingy is putting in both lane and of course the jungle of the side of Silver Boom, with Chingy just going in very, very deep for those jungle invades, and of course immediately rotating up to lane where the needs arises. That is what separates Chingy, or rather the side of ASN, as to the other teams as well.
Oh.
And we know Chingy.
Okay, I thought did Boy steal it?
I heard a moan there. I was expecting something. But coming into this game, we are seeing that ASN is just on the lead as well. He might be in a terrible position at this point in time.
Boy, well, terrible position is not going to be the case for ASN here. Playing with the hearts of Silver Boom. Although look at this, Rasen Shuriken from behind to kill onto Aeon. Good start here for Silver Boom. Will they follow up onto Chingy? They're chasing him down. They know where this kitty cat is. Pounces to the gold mine, and Rasen Shuriken will have to, chase down onto a very fast feline, but they just have to decline as the other members of Silver Boom looking to push onto the turret. But Boy has something else to say. He'll be trying to defend it for the meantime, but he will at least have the help of Aeon 222, so it's going to be fine.
Yep, we are going to see, though, the fight of two cats. Whether or not the bigger cat with, those large bearing tools would win, or just Chingy on this rainbow cat. Actually?
Yeah. I can never notice Glaive as a feline just because he's standing on two feet.
Well, I guess Chingy is kind of standing on 2 feet. He's just rather, I don't know, but but I guess the name suggests Koshka doesn't mean cat in Russia, if I'm not wrong. So there you have it. Oh, another kill going over to the side of ASN. Oh, no, sorry, to the side of Silver Boom with Boy just overextending a little.
But speaking of overextending, that might have been the Celeste, although that was just a perfect lockdown coming in from Chingy. So there you have it. The yummy catnip frenzy wins the day for this Koshka, and Aeon to follow up as well. Doesn't have his Hellfire Brew just yet. Sadly enough, Rasen Shuriken will not get taken down, but Silver Boom mitigate a little bit. Oh, Rasen Shuriken with the afterburn gets the win on that one. Chingy did not expect, but just good timing from the Glaive.
Yep, anyways, a quick... Okay, I thought a fight would be happening. I was saying silence from... Yes, and we'll back off at this point in time. A quick update for all the viewers for our previous match between Team Enix and, of course, that of Brandon Chong. We will see Enix winning that the second round 2-1. So congratulations to the side of Enix. Enix will move on to the semis that we will be seeing for tomorrow back into this game. Although I was saying so much that ASN has got the early game, but it's quite apparent that Silver Boom has just got this almost under control. Wouldn't you agree, Asura?
Yeah, I mean, early game, it seemed that they were kind of losing it a little bit, but finally they've found a little bit of the method to the madness. Rasen Shuriken has been rotating more into the lane and catching off either one of the members of ASN, because I think that they're already okay, so Silver Boom, their decision was all right, so if you're gonna go and harass us at our own jungle, we're just gonna leave you to it and we're gonna go to your lane and start, trying to force you back here. And that's ASN following through. And the problem is right now that Silver Boom is, or rather the problem right now for ASN is that Silver Boom is starting to ramp up with the Slider. They're trying to survive, even though ASN are getting all of these picks. Silver Boom can still get the counter picks, or after that fight, they can get a pick themselves with the help from Rasen Shuriken.
Yep, we do see, though, the Bright Bulwark is doing everything it can do to just stop Chingy from any of her advancement, or to try to seduce the big kitty, if not, then on Celeste itself. So I guess Lyra is a really good pickup coming out from the side, although it wasn't counter pick per se for the side of ASN. It was the first pick coming into the first game, into this game at least. So I guess Chingy is just really comfortable, and we are seeing the side of ASN just playing around that Bright Bulwark. Chingy may look to jump in again. All three members up in lane. We might be seeing another fight yet to happen. Yet to happen.
Three in the lane. No, she's gonna go wrap around. She's looking, or he's looking to be a bit sneaky here. Gets spotted out by the trap, so they know that something is up, but they dive in onto Russian Shuriken. Russian Shuriken super low, but looky here, the usage onto the Solar Storm. Into the backline though, Aeon 222 is getting them one. Second kill, can he go for it? Hellfire Brew connecting, and and we are gonna see a little bit of an extinct tiger into the side as Aeon finds its mark. Gold mine will also go into the hands of ASN, and that was just a perfect initiation for them. Teza Boy absorbing all the damage from what it looks like.
Yep, Aeon maybe going on to so bad, very bad, just to clinch the late ace, but nope, they are just gonna back off again at this point in time with Aeon just low on energy. So honestly, coming into the team fight early on, that Bright Bulwark did come out from Lara, but it was just a second or two too late. So that Koshka was already in the Bright Bulwark. When Koshka is in your Bright Bulwark, there is really nothing that you can stop her. She just needed to early death and then basic attack you till you die. And that was what that happened, although they did a very good job getting Chingy and Teza Boy both very low. They failed to account to, you know, the fact that Aeon 222 was just in the back lines, killing down and taking down. Oh, I'll just hold my thought.
As they look to start once again, there you go. Ching initiates the fight, and here comes the heal from Teza Boy. Aeon 222 from the sidelines is doing so much damage with this Ringo, but they gotta back away. Silver Boom have baited them in. Solar Storm to connect onto that Teza Boy, and she will go down. The chase is happening. Although, look at the damage! Hallelujah! My goodness, they take down Russian Shuriken, and they're falling up onto Pain Sandy. Now you can see the leap from Chingy, the leap of faith, the leap of death. Any way you want to call it, that is just Chingy cleaning up house. And this kitty has just turned into a feline of predatory, we call it. But well, they get the ace. There you go.
Yep, they did get the ace, and that is the first ace of the game. And with that, they got 2 tower. They might be looking for more fights at this point in time.
And here we go once again. Oh my goodness, Russian Shuriken to sacrifice his life to no avail. They still lost that second turret. So Silver Boom, slowly but surely, their control of this game is coming out from the woodwork. ASN are just playing with them right now. Although ASN still have to be careful. Paints, or rather, So Bad Very Bad has good damage. She's already past level 8, so you got yourself that max Heliogenesis range. So if ever ASN are too aggressive, she might be able to capitalize from downtown. And we've seen how strong a Celeste is, Heliogenesis and Heliogenesis pops. Or rather, Supernova.
But there is one thing that we must know as well, is that Chingy don't quite care about your Heliogenesis or even Supernovas that's going to be coming out of you, because he will be facing you head to head. So, I mean, of course, you can drop your Heliogenesis, you know, just on your feet, and of course, your core collapse as well. But we did see, though, Chingy manages to block out the core collapse, to continue jumping on So Bad Very Bad, and then scoring that ace. And of course, a lot of clutch plays coming from Aeon as well. Very worthy of a double. Ooh, that happened early on. ASN is continuing to push that advantage. Inside, he might be caught out at this point in time.
The chase, they're going for it. They wanted to initiate Pain Sandy, but it will not happen for the meantime. Russian Shuriken is waiting patiently here onto the sidelines. He wants to aggress onto ASN, but ASN are moving as a unit. They're so coordinated with how they want to go into the jungle of Silver Boom, out of the jungle of Silver Boom, and Chingy right here into the sides. This could be a perfect initiation. There's going to be the Holy Nova, connects onto 2 people. They go in aggressive, uses the passage just for the micro, but Aeon uses it to go into the face of So Bad Very Bad. He's super low. There's a follow-up onto the Hellfire Brew. I guess they don't need it for the meantime, but it's going to be burning onto So Bad Very Bad. Will he survive? That's going to be a no. Double kill for Aeon, and he has been unleashed. Only the choke turret here for the next objective of ASN, and they are finishing this game 30 minutes in. This is a quick start for ASN.
That was a very good fight coming out from the side of ASN. Yet again, it really is just down to Payne Sandy and this Lara and how she uses that Bright Bulwark. And one more thing as well, it is the micro players coming up from Chingy being able to block out the core collapse when you are in the aggress. It's quite expected coming up from top players like ASN Esports, but you know, seeing it in place, it is just so impressive coming out from this. And you say a quick win and a quick victory for the side of ASN Esports, and the fact that they are pushing this really quickly, I must agree with you. They are sitting close to an 8k gold lead over that of Team Silverboom. They might be looking for the gold miner yet again, as our team, as the entire team of ASN just rotate down to the gold miner.
Yeah, better just get this gold miner before the Kraken appears, so that you know you get yourself that. If it's on that immense payout, you get 900. But it seems that they don't want to. They're not even giving enough thought onto Payne Sandy. They just went in aggressive and got that Crystal Sentry. And another fight will be started here by ASN. They're following through afterward. Back Payne Sandy to push back Chingy, but it's not gonna be enough. And Rasen Shuriken, man, it's not gonna be well for him. He has died so many times already. 7 deaths. All in all, there's gonna be the Hellfire Boot to blast the face of So Bad, Very Bad. And that, in its right, is So Bad, Very Bad indeed.
So bad, very bad. Ah, your puns today, they are amazing. Especially when you come into teams, and of course, players with names like that, you can't quite help it as a caster, can you?
Yeah, I really can't. I started my career doing that, so you know it's always stuck by me.
So you started your career just creating puns on and again. So they are going to go in for that Kraken at this point in time, and it's definitely a push to win.
Oh, Imperial Sigil steal, can it be? No.
I mean, we have seen a lot of Imperial Sigils steal so far, but the fact that all 3 members of ASN Esports is just standing on it means that Imperial Sigil will just burn out faster than it could steal, or even before Lara can pop it or proc it once more. So ASN Esports, they are looking very strong coming into this game, looking to end the game already with just 1 Kraken push. Do you think they can be, they are able to do it? I mean, they are looking very strong at this point in time.
Yeah, I think ASN will be able to close this out. There's not much that Silverboom can do at this point. I mean, they can try again to maybe use the passage and try to read the Ringo in the back line, but then after that, it's gonna be Shingy to be the one to deal you deal with. He's gonna be hopping in and starting to break down the turrets. He takes a ton of damage, but intervention will be popped here by Tezaboy, and the heal is on. Man, this Grace has been such a true pillar for ASN to stand on, as Tezaboy has been frontlining for the meantime. Defensive passage, but that's just gonna prolong Payne Sandy's life. Not gonna be the core, and game 1 will be taken by ASN.
Game 1 would be taken by ASN. Good game and well played to both teams. At one point in time, we actually thought the side of Silverboom finally found an answer in terms of that Koshka just swapping the roles around, swapping the heroes around between jungle, and of course that